What was the last game you enjoyed? The last new game you tried? The last time you had at least what to you felt like a genuinely fun experience? I've noticed for a very long time now, at least in the people around me, that it's very hard for them to enjoy video games or find those new experiences. They're very far and few between. Not every game you play is going to be the next big thing, the next game you'll sit down and want to play day after day. That feeling you feel when you got home from school, like, I can't wait to get on and try this. But what if I told you I know why that's the case? What if I told you video games can still be fun, they can still be enjoyable? I know for the younger me, for the younger versions of a lot of my friends, and most likely for the younger version of you, you'd come home right off the bus. You knew exactly what game you wanted to play as soon as you got home. You ran down the street. You were ready to hop on and have that be the first thing you were going to do. Ready to have your friends over for the weekend to sit down and play the game, and only that for hours on end. Simply couldn't get enough. You learned new techniques, you learned new mechanics, you learned how to get better, and in doing so, the way you'll look at it is ultimately ruined it for yourself. At least with how I'm about to explain it to you. Guys, the saying ignorance is bliss can go a very long way. A great example, I love Call of Duty. I loved it for years. It was that game for me. The game where I got home and that's all I wanted to go play. But as the years continued and as I got better, I started to see a lot of the flaws with how I enjoyed the game working, how I liked to play the game my way. Which is why when Call of Duty 2019 came out, a lot of people liked it, but a lot of actual COD fans disliked it. This new flow of players came in unaware of how Call of Duty worked, unaware of how a new game worked, a completely fresh, revamped idea. They were able to learn. They were kind of ignorant when it came to how you're supposed to play the game in a lot of people's eyes, and it allowed them to have a lot of fun as compared to the players who had been playing for a long time, who said the game is supposed to go a certain way. Now, this is something I've explained before in the past, so I'm not going to sit here like this is some brand new revelation, but one that kind of is the people you kind of tend to play with. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say you need to ditch all your friends and go play single player games, but you shouldn't necessarily be letting people tell you what games you're supposed to enjoy and how you're supposed to play them. Now, I know that sounds like the most basic thing anybody could have possibly said right there, but it's the truth. I'll sit in Discord calls all day long. I'll be talking with my friends, and I constantly hear back and forth of why this game is this way, why it should be done this way instead, how these things are supposed to go and how you're supposed to do them, when everyone is going to have a different gaming experience. A speedrunner will sit there and argue all day long with 100% completionists saying each other's way of playing the game is wrong, and storytell games compared to players who only get on to complete a specific task will sit there and argue back and forth. Guys, at the end of the day, every gaming experience will come down to how much you're going to enjoy it, how much you are going to put in, and what you are going to do. If you want to look up tutorials or let's plays and stuff like that to see how the game works, if you want to be the person to minimize and maximize all of your skills, be my guest. But if you're somebody who would like to just go in blind to a game and figure out if it's the game for you, don't let anyone else tell you things that should be happening for your playthrough. A great example I have is right here in this new Minecraft world I started with one of my friends. A lot of hardcore Minecraft players will look at my house and say, why did you build it like that? Why didn't you do this? Why didn't you do that? I look at this and say, wow, I love this. I built this and I think it looks good. I could sit here all day long and say, this is the architecture type stuff you could have. I have my balconies. I have my little like side off area. I've got my cool roof, my windows. I have a furnace inside. Meanwhile, my friend has built what is just a giant brick box with some glowstone on the corners. And to him, it's the coolest thing in the world. We've sat here and downloaded gun mods because we simply enjoy it. It's something he wanted to do. He's recently got into gaming and has a fresh idea on how things work. We don't necessarily want to just go speed run the game or sit there and go get all the best enchantments on all of our stuff. We're just having fun dicking around building guns and just going around killing mobs and each other half the time. A lot of people would look at this and say, bro, why are you downloading and putting guns of all things in Minecraft? And for a second, it was even something that I questioned when he said, yo, let's put some guns on our game and just screw around. But after doing it, I actually found a lot of enjoyment. We have a lot of just random small little mods in here that are just really, really fun that don't really add a whole lot to our actual game experience. And coming back to his house here, a lot of people would look at this and say, that's not the way to properly build a house. You basically, he just keeps flashbanging me. And I'm dead. God damn it. Fucking he dies a second after, Jesus Christ. But people will look at what he built and say, dude, you just built a warehouse. That's not how you build a house. I mean, literally, you can go inside here and it's just this big empty space with some stuff in the corner. But I don't sit here and say, this is what you should do for a house. It needs to have like an actual design and multiple rooms. You have stuff for things. He actually makes fun of me for my house being overly complicated and unfinished. I have a ceiling with holes in the roofs. I come downstairs and there's just a giant hole from a basement that isn't finished. This side of the wall I threw a gate on just so stuff can't get in. While he's gone and made progress getting his ruby armor from a mod we had and going and doing all of his lanterns, getting all of his stuff, he has a bunch of armors and chests and items in there. He makes fun of me because all I've done is build my house. We wanted to make an armor and he put one up in about 15 seconds. And when it was time to go to the nether and I wanted to do that idea, that design over there for the portal first, he sat there questioning why we had to wait an extra 15 minutes. I know it sounds scary, but guys, sometimes you just need to try new things or try things with new people. I would have never thought to download a gun mod into Minecraft, and it turns out to be one of the mods I've enjoyed the most out of any mod I've ever downloaded. Playing like literally any game with him over the last week has been just amazing. We've been playing PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds, just a bunch of free games, Minecraft here that he decided to buy. We've been playing Black Ops 3 Zombies. All these different things we've been playing and trying, and he's just so new and excited to play all these new things that it's just one of the most wholesome things in the world. He doesn't have anyone in his ear chirping of how you're supposed to do it or why it should be done this other way or the most efficient way of doing something. He's just doing it the way he wants to, and it's been one of the most fun experiences I've had watching someone play a game in a long time. Another example is of myself. Red Dead Redemption is a game that for years, I remember watching my dad play the first one and then the second one came out and I had no interest in it at all. It was a game that I thought I wouldn't enjoy. And after seeing one of my friends play a little bit of it, it looked kind of interesting. And once he finished, he loaned me his account so I could try it. And this has been one of the best games I have ever played. It's coming out to be one of my favorite of all time. It's a story game that it's in something entirely new I've never seen before. So to me, it's just amazing. It reminds me of when I played Subnautica for the first time way back when I was like a freshman in high school and that game came out. And it was a game I never thought I'd enjoy. It was something that was so off the mark of something that I thought I would ever try. And it's still my favorite game, I think, of all time. There are many different ways that people can go about things, but at the end of the day, like I said, your gaming experience is gonna come down to only you. You can't look at someone and say, what game should I play, because they think you'll enjoy it. You have to try them to know if you're going to enjoy it. Now, if you're somewhat like me and you don't want to just hop into new games day after day just to see if you're gonna enjoy it, watch a YouTube video, watch someone play it a little bit and see if it's something you think you might enjoy. I have a couple games lined up on my computer to play here on the channel that I just found from looking through Steam that looked interesting. I mean, when I was younger, I used to try all these different games. I used to just try these random games my dad would download, just like, hey, these look like they might be fun. You might enjoy these. And I tried them, and a lot of them I did like when I look back on it. Fat Princess, Ragdoll Kung Fu, Little Big Planet was something I probably wouldn't have played if I wasn't told about it, especially considering that I just played Call of Duty for the majority of my childhood. But guys, you can't let other people bring you down. You can't let other people decide what your experience should be like, because that experience is yours to have. Now, I know it's not something that a lot of people think of, not something that everyone wants to just go try something new or set some time aside to try a video game. It makes it sound like work. But I genuinely think that if recently you haven't been enjoying games, try finding something new for yourself. Maybe something to play by yourself, or maybe something to try with new people. Not every game you play has to have a competitive aspect. Not everything you play has to have a specific goal. Sometimes it's nice to just kick back and play something by yourself, or play something pretty casual with your friends. But with that being said, I hope you guys have a little bit more insight. If you have not been enjoying video games recently, give one of my ideas a try. It might prove to be helpful and beneficial for you. But that's going to do it for me, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know if you try any new video games. Leave comments down below if there's anything new you guys have tried, or if there's anything you've been wanting to try, or if there's anything you guys want to see here. If, like I said, not everyone wants to play games. Sometimes, you know, they got to watch a video or so first. If you guys would like to see me try any games here, feel free to comment below, and I'll most likely give them a try for you. But me and this guy here are probably going to keep playing some Minecraft for a little bit. We're going to try and make some more progress. We're going to eventually try to beat Minecraft. With all of our mods and stuff like that. Let me know if you guys would like to see streams. That's something I forgot to mention in the last video. But I'm going to go ahead and get out of here now because I'm just rambling. And yeah, see you guys in the next one.